The Ant and the Grasshopper. In the saint's garden, there lived a grasshopper named Hops. Hops was lazy. He ate, drank, played, sang, slept or lay in the sun all day. A colony of ants also lived in the same garden. They worked all day, while the grasshopper ate or drank, or played or sang, or slept or lay in the sun. One fine summer day, the grasshopper was playing in the garden. He saw an ant carrying a grain of sugar on its head. 5 minutes later, he saw the same ant with another grain of sugar.
Hello,
He called out to the ant.
what are you doing?
I'm taking this sugar back to the ant hill.
Replied the ant.
We must gather food for winter.
Why worry about winter when we can enjoy summer?
Said the grasshopper. But the ant did not listen to him and went on his way. While Hops played, the ant worked hard carrying grains of sugar to his anthill. Hops laughed because he thought that the ant was wasting his time. Hops did not want to work. He only wanted to enjoy the sunny summer days. Months passed and it became colder. Then it began to snow. The garden was covered in snow and there was no food to eat. The grasshopper was very hungry. He knew he would die if he did not get some food. He remembered the little ant working hard to store food for the winter. He went to the anthill and asked the ants for help. They felt sorry for him and gave him some food. He now knew that he had been wrong to laugh at them. Hops had learned his lesson. He told the ants how sorry he was. The next summer, when the ants were collecting food for winter, he did not laugh at them. He helped them to collect food. It was much easier for him since he was much bigger than them. The ants were happy with him and his hard work, and they became good friends.
The Squirrel and the Snail. The little squirrel loved his cozy home among the branches of a big banyan tree. He spent most of his time running up and down the tree looking for nuts, berries, and seeds to eat. Winter would soon be here, so he wanted to collect as much food as he could. A little snail lived nearby. The snail used to watch the squirrel run around here and there. He wondered if the squirrel ever got tired of running about so much. The squirrel began to think that the snail was a funny creature that carried his home on his back wherever he went. One day, the squirrel asked the snail,
Why do you carry your house along with you all the time? Why don't you leave it behind?
I have a very soft body. My house protects me. If I don't carry it, birds will pick at me and hurt me. I cannot move as quickly as you can.
replied the snail. The squirrel wanted to know more. He asked,
your house very heavy?
No,
said the snail.
my house is not at all heavy and it fits me very well.
The squirrel was young and loved to play games.
Do you want to play hide and seek?
He asked.
I will hide first and you look for me.
The snail rolled in a pair of horns and said,
Did you know that my eyes are at the tips of these horns? I can pull them in whenever I want. Go on, hide. I will look for you.
The squirrel thought that the snail was a bit strange. It was not just his eyes, even his tongue was different. It was like a ribbon. It had many tiny teeth pointing backwards. The snail used his teeth to eat a huge cabbage leaf in a few seconds. The two animals became friends. But the squirrel never liked to go for walks with the snail. He was always very slow, but he had to drag his body along. One day the snail said,
I feel really sleepy. I shall have to say goodbye. I shall be asleep all through the winter.
You must not do that.
said the squirrel.
If you fall asleep, I will not have anyone to play with. I shall come and wake you up. I will knock on your door or tickle you until you wake up.
The next morning, the squirrel went to look for his friend. He saw the snail fast asleep. He tried to tickle him but could not. The snail had grown a hard little front door over the entrance to his house, and no one could enter and touch him.
He is dead.
Cried the squirrel.
My friend is dead. He was so nice and now I will not be able to play with him anymore.
No, he is not.
Said a wise owl.
He's just asleep. He will wake up and play with you when spring comes and it is warm again.
Home Sweet Home. A monkey on a tree. A rat in a hole. Who is in the burrow? Hello, it's Mr. Mole. The horse in its stable, all ready for the night. The owl on the treetop, hooting with all its might. The birds have all come back to sleep and have a rest. Away from wild animals, so safely in the nest. The fish in the big pond, the squirrels in its tree, the little girl's pet cat is sleeping on the hay. The baby's in its cot, well tucked in for the night. The moon shines through the window and shines ever so bright. Children in their bedroom kneel down and pray to God. They are happy in their homes, for which They thanked the Lord.